McLetchie was soon to turn a whiter shade of pale over the small matter of a black cab or two. Hutchins had a good old-fashioned journalistic hunch.
Hunch plus guesswork. When I initially applied to the Parliament for David McLetchie's taxi receipts, I got them all. Except on the invoices, the destinations and the points of departure were all blacked out.
Because of security, come on, you know. Now that infuriated the press.
The press realised that they were going to have a lot of fun out of this, and when they saw the fear in McLetchie's eyes, they went for him, and that's what journalists do.
The pressure that begins to get exerted on a politician or a celebrity or somebody is pretty intense. It's a very unpleasant place to be if you're there.
When you walk through.
And like McLeish before him, McLetchie was looking every bit the hunted man. A man in need of some friends. Some of McLetchie's Tory colleagues rallied round. Except it wasn't around McLetchie.
People in the Conservative Party would call me up saying that David had to go. There was lots of spinning going on. So there were all sorts of suggestions about what he might have been doing with regards to his travel expenses, where he was going. People saying that I might want to check various things out.
Politicians brief against each other all the time, and more often than not, they're briefing against their own party.
If they want to backstab someone, the papers are told something that they've alleged to have said behind the scenes. You know, that sort of thing was going on. Mean, cheap little tricks.
You get little secrets, little tidbits dropped in your ear all the time. Some of it, I have to say, if it was ever printed, incredibly damaging.
There is no journalist who can get down to the level of a politician.
I am the passenger, and I ride.
And for Hutchins and the press pack, the scent proved too strong. A Freedom of Information request revealed how our former, fearless guardian of the public purse had been spending our cash.
Some of the destinations were quite amusing, like trips to the dentist, trips to his mother's house, trips to the ballet. Others required more explanation. Trips to the house of one of his private clients, who happened to be dead at the time.
There were two specific instances where an error had been made, which I identified and which I rectified immediately.
The story was looking like a rerun of the McLeish scandal. Perhaps it was now time to do what McLeish hadn't done and square up to the journalists.
They ran very scared, and she'd simply have turned round to the press and told them, frankly, to fuck off.
And when the polite Mr. McLetchie declined to use the F word, the press had another notch on their belt. McLetchie resigned, and there was no taxi waiting to pick him up this time